Happy Saturday, you guys. It's going to be a good day today. We got a little cardio work set for you guys, and I'm going to give you guys a couple different options for this workout, depending on what you have access to at home and or what you got around in terms of distance and what you have for running purposes. So what we have for you guys today, we have a little bit of core work, a little bit of leg love. So we got some inchworm knee to noses for 3 to 5, single leg RDL for 3 to 5 per side, side lunge for 6 alternating, back lunge for 6 alternating, and then a curtsey lunge for 6 alternating. So we're bringing back the curtsey lunge for you guys. It's a good time. We'll walk you through it and have some fun with it. Sumo squat for 3 to 5 reps to bring everything together. 3-1-3 tempo, so nice and slow, just to wake up the hips and get those ankles and knees ready for action. 2 to 3 rounds of that top piece. Then we're going to move down to the bottom, which is going to be a little bit more bounding, a little bit more jumping. Ankle pops for 10 seconds, rest 10 seconds, into a lateral ski jump for 20 seconds, rest 10 seconds, and then you're going to move into some broad jumping for 5 reps of quality. And again, we'll go over the broad jump so you have some different options there. Single leg bridge for 5 aside, and then bridge hold for 10 seconds. All right, so we've got some stuff here just to get the legs going, get those ankles popping ready. All right, hit that for 3 to 5 rounds. Then depending on what you're going to do for your work set, if you're doing some running, you're going to do some run pickups. You're just going to get some running in there, rest a little bit, run, upping your intensity a little bit, just get yourself fired up. If you're doing some bike stuff, same idea, a couple intervals on the bike, just to get you guys ready to go for what's to come. So what is to come? We have every 90 seconds for 12 rounds. Oh, yes, yes, good times. You're going to do 4 to 8 box jumps, and then you're going to run 200 meters. Or a distance that you have laid out that you can make sure you're getting back with a little bit of rest before the next interval and the next 90-second interval, okay? And you're gonna repeat that. So you're gonna hit those jumps, you're gonna hit that run, repeat. Hit those jumps, hit those runs, repeat. All right, you're gonna hit the pace that you can maintain that nice, constant kind of pace throughout the 12 rounds. Or, all right, or if you have a treadmill or a bike variation, right? Or if you don't mind doing some sort of jump on the road, that's up to you as well. You can either run 3 to 5K or bike 3 to 5K, and every 90 seconds you do 4 to 8 box jumps or a jumping variation that I give you in our work set today. All right, so a couple different options. It's up to you on what you want to take down. One, you have it set out, a little bit of load for 12 rounds, closer to home, you just do your work. Other one, you're going out and about, you're going for a specific amount of distance, and then every 90 seconds you hit that box jump, and you just continue doing it until you finish the 3 to 5K. All right, so a couple options for you. Have some fun with it. Pick your workout, pick your adventure. Looking forward to hearing about it. Let's get you warmed up, ready to go. All right, you guys, let's do it up. Let's get those feet under the hips. Let's take the arms big and tall up overhead. We're going to reach to one side. We're going to take it to the other side. And come back to center. Take those hands to the hips and just take those hips around nice and easy. Just making sure we get that nice full rotation around and getting that body moving around properly. From here, we'll go the other way. Nice and easy. Excuse me. We'll come back to center. Again, pulling the feet a little closer. Keeping the feet flat as best you can. We're going to take the knees around. We're going to wake up the ankles. Get those knees and ankles going together. Other way. Just kind of feel it out. See how it feels today. Make sure everything's feeling good. And from here, what we're going to take down is our feet just coming apart a little bit. We're going to press through those toes. We're going to lift up, trying to stay square, and control the down. Lift up, control the down. Lift up, control the down. Lift and down. 2 more. Lift, down. Lift and down. Big stretch. We'll take it back into our nice forward fold. We're going to walk up the shins. We'll come down, framing a foot. We'll step it into our lizard. Nice and solid here. We're going to lower the knee, press the hip, come back and straighten the front leg. We'll come back to center, press the hip, back to center, and straighten. Plant the foot, hip, center, and straighten. We'll plant the foot, step it, press it back, and then step it back, and switch those feet out. So we're nice and square again. We're going to lower foot, straighten the leg, step back into that down dog. We're just gonna walk those heels out a few times. Nice and steady, nice and smooth. We'll come back into our plank. Nice and tight, tiptoe those feet up. Roll ourselves up, big stretch. Little shrug. Come down with the shoulders, bring them down. Let's get you guys ready to go, all right? So pause the video if you want to show yourself a little bit more gentle kind of warm up, a little bit more lizard lunging perhaps, maybe some rotation. Take your time, we've had a big week, take your time to move that body around. If you're ready though, join me, we're gonna talk about what's coming next. So what's coming next is our inchworm knee to nose. So we have a nice inchworm position, so I'm gonna stand to the side, I hinge, I'm gonna walk myself into my plank, I get myself set, ribs, hips, press through the shoulders, I'm gonna squeeze my knee to my nose, come back, squeeze my knee to my nose, and come back. And then I'll walk my hands in. Standing tall, big stretch, and then coming back down into my next one. So again, the big thing here is that compression. So I'm pressing through my shoulder, I am squeezing this midsection together to get that knee-nose kind of connection. If I can't touch it, no big deal. But we want to make sure we're working on the compression, that tight squeeze, not a pop with the knee, a squeeze into that midsection. All right. From there, we're going to stand tall into our single leg RDL, which we're going to do 3 to 5 reps with. I don't have a dumbbell handy on me right now, but we've been playing around with these for a little bit. I really like doing these when I'm doing runs, with load or without load. So I'm going to pretend like I have a dumbbell to the front of me. I'm going to hold my hands like I'm holding the bell. Pick my favorite leg for balance for today. I'm going to pull my hips back, lowering my body towards my knee, getting a little soft knee action there, and stand tall. And you notice how fast I'm moving with these. I'm not moving very quick. I'm working on my balance and really concentrating on what this leg is doing and trying to keep my body square and my body nice and engaged through the process. So I want you to think more deadlift than back scale or more deadlift than tip. We're pulling the hips back just on one foot. Okay, so take your time with that. Move slow, move with purpose in that movement set so you can really find that hamstring and glute. You can hold that dumbbell in multiple positions. So again, too, I can also hold it on the side that I am balancing on, or I can hold it on the side that is lifting, okay? So I can play around with different positions there with the dumbbell. Keep in mind, neither is better nor worse, but they are just slightly different and they load the body differently. Coming out of that single leg RDL, we're gonna separate those feet a little bit wider and we're gonna work on our side lunge. So I'm standing tall, I have a slight squeeze of my glute, I'm gonna take my hip to my heel. So I keep my chest up, I come down, keeping that far leg straight, and then I press through that leg. I want you to think about this side being very similar if I was in a squat. All right, this side is in that squat position, and then I drive through. So I sit down, hip to heel, nice and tall, stand, and I do the same concept on the other side. Taking it as deep as you feel comfortable. Playing with those, we move into our back lunge. So we have a couple options for the back lunge. I'm standing in my squat position, so I'm going to show you a couple from the front. I step back, my foot stays in that squat width, all right, but my length is different. I lower down, stand tall, come back. Step, lower, and tall. So I'm trying to keep my feet about hip to squat width, just for balance purposes. I'm also trying to stay as upright as I can and keep this knee stacked over top of my heel and keep my back knee under my hip and shoulder. If I'm not comfortable with the stepping style lunge, I can work on my standing lunge drill. So I set my feet up already, back toe points straight ahead, I'm upright, and then I lower down with control and stand. So I get to work on the skill and the movement of the lunge minus the stepping. and finding the footwork for it. So we can play around with that a little bit, do it what makes you feel comfortable, mix and match it even, depending on how comfortable you are with the lunge. I love those standing lunge drills for warming up purposes, and then moving into the lunge, because it just helps me really focus on the engagement I need. Finally, the last little piece of lunging that we're going to do is the curtsey lunge. So I'm going to face you guys and show you what's going to happen here. I'm going to step back with this leg kind of on an angle to the back angle. So I step, and I'm going to lower down. This knee stays stacked over top of the heel, and this knee is still under my hip. I'm just stepping on a slight angle. So I step on the angle, I lower straight down, and I come back up. So I'm going to turn to the side to show you guys again. So again, I step on the angle, I lower, and as you can see, the knee is still stacked over the heel. My back knee is under my hip and under my shoulder. I'm just on a slightly funky angle, all right? I still keep my body facing forward. It's just my hips are a slightly different position. Again, this one can kind of be a funky load on the body and on the knees, so take it as deep as you feel comfortable. Just really focusing on those normal kind of lunge mechanics, all right, that can help a lot. So if we focus on keeping the knee stacked and the other knee stacked under the hip, it can help maintain a little less torque on the knee and allow us to venture into some different style movements, all right. From there, we have our sumo squats. We're going to bring it all together. I'm going to get in my wider stance, toes slightly turned out, and again, I'm going to press into my knees slightly harder than I normally would for a normal air squat. So I'm going to push my knees out, take my hips to my heels, chest stays high, and then I stand tall. So I'm only going as deep as I can maintain my position, like I would in a normal air squat. So hard press out of the knees, stand tall. We're working with a 3-1-3 tempo there, allowing ourselves just to open up our hips, knees, ankles for what's to come. Quick recap. Inchworm knee to nose, 3 to 5. Single leg RDL, all right, for 3 to 5 a side, loaded or unloaded. Side lunge, 6 alternating. Back lunge, 6 alternating. Curtsey lunge, 6 alternating. And a sumo squat for 3 to 5 reps at a 3-1-3 tempo. Pause the video, take that down 2 to 3 rounds. Come back to me, we're gonna get some jumping in there, and then get you guys ready to hit that workout nice and hard. So our first exercise is the ankle pop. So again, we're gonna go for 10 seconds, resting for 10 seconds. So with the ankle pop, my feet are underneath my hips, and I'm gonna get my hands nice and relaxed like I'm holding skipping rope. I'm just gonna pop, all right? Keeping my ankles relaxed, my feet relaxed, and allowing my feet to do what they do naturally, which is absorb and rebound energy, all right? So with what we're doing here, we wanna make sure that we're not too stiff. We're tight-ish through the glutes and the core to maintain a good stable body position, but we're relaxing the shoulders and the arms, and we're relaxing our feet so that we get that nice rebound. If you want, you can kind of do with what I do with the kids, hands flipped over, and you can allow them to flop like little wings, all right? You don't have to do that, but it's kind of fun. It relaxes the wrists as well. From there, if you're not a popper or a jumper, you can work on a couple different things here. You could do a weighted calf raise, all right, or an unweighted calf raise to work on those ankles and those calves. You can also work on just a little pop, land and receive, little pop, land and receive, just getting a little bit of engagement there, but also learning how to decelerate and absorb the impact. So we work for 10, rest for 10. Then we move into our lateral ski jump. So I'm gonna load the single leg, so I get my balance, I use my arms, and I swing, and I get that momentum with the arms, momentum with the body. As I control my lateral movement, I keep everything tight and controlled. If you're not a jumper, right, we can work on that lateral step. We're keeping the legs low, but we're still using that arm, and we can still use the body and train the body and how to use momentum. So we're just working as a step instead of a jump, but we're still controlling and learning the same things we're learning in the lateral ski jump. 20 seconds of ski jumps, 10 seconds of rest, then we move into the broad jump. So the broad jump is a personal favorite of mine. I love jumping, I love broad jumps. I want you guys to play with what you have for space, and I also want you to work with your comfort level with jumping. So I'm gonna stand over here. The jump, I'm gonna throw my hips back and my arms back quickly like a kettlebell swing, and then I'm going to take off horizontally. So I'm going to take my hips and hands, jump, land nice and quiet and soft in that good knee out position like a squat. I'm trying to land quietly. If we land quiet, we're knowing that we're landing soft and we're absorbing that impact really well. If you're like, I'm not a very good jumper, I'm just starting to learn, you don't have to try and jump super far. What you can work on is just a quick little jump. Quick little jump. It doesn't have to be high, doesn't have to be far. All we're looking for is a nice both feet leaving the ground at the same time, hip and knee extension, and absorbing into that squat position so we land safe, all right? So play with it, have fun with the broad jumps, you guys. They don't have to be long. If you want to just jump back and forth, jump, turn around, jump, turn around, or if you're outside or have a longer workout space, you can do all 5 jumps in a row, and you can kind of play and have some fun with it. After that, we're going to lay on the floor and move into our single leg bridge. So what we have here, we get our feet just outside our fingers. I press my hands down gently. I'm going to lift the leg. It can be bent. It can be straight on an angle, straight up. Depends on you. You are going to squeeze your glutes, lift to your height, keeping your hips square, ribs in, and then lower. I like to give myself a little pause on both sides of the movement, just so I can focus on my range, my engagement, and my positioning. So we're not really trying to rush those single leg bridges. We're trying to squeeze and then come back down. And just giving yourself that pause at both sides allows you to own both sides of the movement so you can set well and you can finish well. After that, we do a full bridge. So our feet come down in that same position. I'm going to squeeze my glutes, lifting those hips up into that good position, nice and set and tight. And I can use my hands as a slight anchor or foundational piece there to keep my shoulders engaged. I'm just going to hold it. Or I can do a loaded one and just put a dumbbell on my hips and work on a little external loading as well. It's a 10-second hold. It's not very long. It's just to bring everything together from all the single leg and all the jumping that we've been doing. Right? Quick recap, ankle pop, 10 seconds. Rest 10 seconds into our lateral ski jump for 20 seconds. Rest 10 seconds, broad jump for 5, single leg bridge for 5 per side, and a bridge hold for 10 seconds. 3 to 5 rounds, take it down, have fun with that, you guys. I love jumping, I hope you guys do too, or start to really enjoy the learning about the jumping, because that's half the battle, is learning about how to absorb impact as we move, get older, and change and play around with our athletic endeavors. It's all about learning how to absorb impact and move in different directions, and that's what all this stuff can help you with. Pause it, come back to me. We're going to talk about the workout. I just have to grab myself a box and we'll have some fun and talk about some different things. So, my box is here now. So what we have for you guys again for the workout. Variation number 1. I'm just going to walk you through that option right now. It starts off with 4 to 8 box jumps. So the 4 to 8 box jumps, again, we get those hips going back, those hands out to the side a little bit, working through that quick hip. Stand tall, and step down. Quick hip, stand tall. If you're not a jumper, you can work on a weighted step up or an unloaded step up. All right. You can even work on a lateral step over as well with the box. Then from there, you'll go over a 200-meter run. Then whatever time frame you have left over in that 90 seconds, you're going to rest a bit, get ready to do it again. All right. I'm going to have some different options for your box jump. So I'll have some different jumping options like we just saw with the box. The other ones we've done in our warm-up already, so I'll put those down at the workout description. Check that out, have some fun with them, and enjoy. This is going to be a full-on cardio experience, you guys, so please enjoy it, have fun with it. And if you have any questions about the format, shoot me a message, let me know. But also, let me know how it went. I'm interested to see which one you chose and how you took it down. So please have fun with this one, you guys. I had a lot of fun taking it down. It's a lot of cardio coming at you on a Saturday, but it's a nice close to the week. Until Monday, have a fantastic and safe weekend, you guys. Work for quality, remember, and have a lot of fun. See you later, guys. Enjoy.